Limitless Hoops with John Sanders here, and we are about to be done for the year because this year is coming up soon. The end of this year is coming up soon, but we don't want you to be done. So, hopefully you guys can still be autonomous during this winter break, and you can work on your own, because I like to empower kids, even though that's not very smart for business. Honestly, I think about the car companies. And I think I've said this before, maybe I've said this before, but car companies back in the 70s, they got to the point where they could make cars that were almost like indestructible. And they figured out after a while that was actually bad. And it was bad because the cars were like killing people. And like when you crumple a car, it actually like makes it like less likely to hurt you. It's like, catching an egg like this versus like stopping it. But the car itself was like really strong. I'm not saying that the people inside were safer or the people outside were safer, but the car was really strong, and they changed it maybe for safety reasons, but it felt like they changed it because they could sell more cars. Who would want to make an indestructible car that you would never have to fix? So they were making these strong cars in the 70s, but by the 80s they figured out, you need to make the cars crumple and stuff. So then the 90s cars happened too, but by 2000 you could find the cars from 1970 on the street still, but you couldn't find any cars from 1980 or cars from early 90s, because those cars are like gone, like in the junkyards. It's really funny, right? So it's actually like a dumb idea to make a perfect car because you can never sell cars. Same thing with my workouts. If I make you guys good enough to work out on your own, why would you ever come to me? Why would you be at my program if you could like make yourself better? That's weird, right? But that's still the way that I do it, because I believe that that's the way that you should do it. Anyways, what's going on, Kieran and Declan Love? I see Teo Trujillo. What's up? All right, let's begin with our Christmas break. Like I said, we got Christmas break coming up here soon. Make sure that you guys are working out over that time. All right, it's not just for the holidays. It's for you to get better, and you guys don't have school, so there's a lot of benefits from this. You get to act like you think you would act if you were a professional basketball player. So with no school, no nothing, what are you going to do? It's only 2 weeks, all right, maybe 2.5 for some of you guys. What are you going to do? We come back on January 3rd, all right? And next, we got our remaining days. All right, our remaining days, we have nothing tonight, all right? Not in Aurora or Broomfield. Then we have an Aurora workout on Wednesday, but in Broomfield we have our awards ceremony. All right, our awards ceremony. I'll send out another email about that tonight. All right, then on Friday we're in Aurora, only Aurora. So I'll be driving some kids out there. I'll put out a message saying that I can drive you guys. And then we have games on Sunday. So we are doing a lot. Still. We have games on Sunday, which is the 17th, and then our last workout. We have workouts in Aurora and Broomfield on the 20th. So we still have some workouts going, so make sure that you guys know about those, but you can work on your own as well. So that's our remaining days for the year. Do I want to talk about that yet? I mean, seriously, do I want to? No, I'll skip that. I'll talk about this. Sure. All right. So part of why you want to work out is, you want to maintain who you are, right? But you also want to create a culture, because that culture is going to help you out in the long run, because they're going to push you when you don't want to be pushed, and you can push them when they don't want to be pushed, right? But it's so hard to create a culture because you have to be brave. You have to be like not scared. And in my life, I had one moment where, a lot of moments. When I was a young kid, I didn't want to make my order. I give my order to Subway. It was like scared, right? I hated talking on the phone, like when other people would, like adults especially, would like call, but also to like girls I liked in high school. That was scary, all right? But I always hated being scared. So I would just like speak when I didn't want to speak. I would always do what I didn't want to do because I didn't want to be bogged down by fear. And this got to be such a habit that in college, in my psychology class, it wasn't intro to psychology actually, it was some other kind of psychology class. But in my psychology class, I got to kind of show off my bravery. And I don't know what you guys would do, but this was like maybe my bravest moment, I suppose. The teacher looks at us, Mr. Temple, I believe it, Dr. Temple. I don't know. He's watching the show. Apologize for getting your name wrong, but he looked at us and said, "I have a simple thing for you guys. All right, it is so that he said that we in our world." We are so much about order and about strict order, and he's the guy in charge in class. And if he looks at you in the eye, you're probably going to look away because we're very animalistic, he said. And he says that he's done this little project for the last 20 something years, and he goes, and only 1 or 2 people have ever passed it, he said. And then he looks at all of us, like 30 kids in the class, and he says, at any point in time when I'm talking, anytime throughout the entire semester, I want one of you to stand up here next to me. Don't say a word. Just get out of your chair for no reason and just stand next to me. And I bet you can't do it. And he said that because our society says that that's not supposed to happen. And to go against our society is a really hard thing to do. It's like we're not chained down, but we kind of feel like we are because we've done this thing for 13 years basically where we've sat down, the teachers taught us, and we're not allowed to speak or allowed to stand up, so we start to fall into line basically. He says only 2 people in his 25 years have ever done it, and you can do it anytime throughout the entire semester. He put it out there as a challenge for us. So me being me, as soon as he got done with the speech, he said maybe I don't know, 12 seconds of words. I stood up immediately and I stood right by him. And I was just being John because I'm brave. I would do whatever. I'm not scared of anything. But when I got up there, my heart was racing. Even though I knew it was a fake thing, I was still so scared. But I was acting like I wasn't. I was like, whatever. But I was like, this is crazy. And it was so weird. I'm not recommending that you try that in class, but I did that. And he looked at me and was like, what? Right away I did it. He's like, oh, the 3rd person all the time. So then the next day for class, I did it again. And it was even crazier. And I think he was like, wait, what happened? Then during that class, someone else did it. Then 2 more people did it the next day. By the end of the first week, almost the entire class did it. And then the teacher said, you know what? John switched it. By now, if you don't do it, you're basically not following the trend, right? And I felt really proud of myself because, I just like to buck the trends and to do the norm. Why I said that story is because that invisible thing that was holding me back, even though it didn't hold me back for long, but I felt it when I was up there. That invisible thing is what stops you from reaching the NBA. It's what stops you from winning extra games. What stops you from getting your friends to work out with you. It's scary. It's even scary to work out by yourself because you're I'm putting myself out there, or to say I want to make the NBA and to do the things that it will take. It's really, really scary, but it's an invisible fear. And it's our society says not to. Custom says not to. Tradition says not to. Maybe reality. The reality that you're small says not to, right? Or the odds say not to. And we're told about all these things. Your parents might literally be saying not to, right? You're told all these things, but it's fake. So I want you guys to be brave over this summer break. Ask your friends to work out. Say what you want. Ask them to come to the game this weekend. Tell them that they should be doing this versus that. Be brave, even though I know how scary it is. And look, if I can be so brave like that, you guys can follow my footsteps. And just like everyone in my class that followed me, after you continuously be brave, everyone will more easily follow you because people want to be followers. All right? So take my psychology class advice and just do it. All right. The next one is a homeless person. Ugh. Okay. This is dangerous because I don't want to condemn homelessness. All right. There's a few different type of homeless people. Might be a million types. I don't know. But one type is they like outside. They want to be homeless. Okay. But other people, they don't want to be confined by the rules of society. We were just talking about that, right? But then there's some other people who are just super unlucky, or like unlucky in like in what happens to them in life, but also in who they are. And then there's like the people who are mentally unstable. There's so many different things to this. Okay, all right, but I want to talk about one type of homeless person, and this type is reminds me of the semi-pro guys that came to our workout, and some of you guys, many of you guys actually, in that they're pretty good. I think that they're pretty good, and they're not overseas like I was. Were they as good as I was? I don't know, but they didn't go overseas, and they really want to. But when we give them a chance, all of a sudden they don't show up. Now maybe we couldn't get them there, maybe, but they don't know that. But that's might be what they were thinking. But they were probably thinking the same thing about their high school coach, about their other coaches when they just backed out too. They're not even going for it, right? And it's a thing that happens because of habit. So I bring up the homeless person because I heard a Jay-Z lyric, and he said basically, I give him enough money to eat, and the next week he's broke. Like something like that about like poor people. And that is what happens, because you can't just give people money if they have bad habits. You can't just work on shooting a really bad shot if you don't have good form. All right? You can't just put a whole bunch of things into something if the thing isn't like made up of much more, if the system isn't correct. So the way that this person is living his life, you can give him $1 million, it's just going to go down. So if this is you basketball wise, and you're just like maybe unlucky, you got to be like, the moment I get $20, I'm buying some nice shoes and getting a shower, and I'm getting out of this. The moment, and you got to keep just doing your things over and over again until you luckily get some money or something like that. For you guys, it's getting a chance. All right. If you were a pro, would you know how to do the right things? Do you have a system already built? Do you have the habits already built? Are you shooting your 500 shots a day? Yes, you may never get a chance. You may never get that money. You might always be homeless, maybe. But if you do, what would happen? Because all I know is if we put, I don't know, some of our kids into the pros, what's going to happen to them? They magically change? Well, no, you can't just change. You can't just change. You got to already be doing these things. So no matter how homeless you feel, you gotta create the habits right now, so that if you ever do get that chance, you can go off to bigger and better things. Okay, again, no matter what level you think that you're on, all right, start from the bottom, get to the top. Talk about that one already. Too much to do, too little time. It can't be both. Make sure that all the time that you guys spend this winter, that you guys spend it right. All right. Happy New Year. We talked about that. All right. Just Happy New Year. Our last show will actually be tomorrow. All right. Our last show before the New Year will actually be tomorrow. So we got today's show and tomorrow's show. Then you guys are on your own until maybe the 2nd or the 3rd. Sometime after New Year. In the meantime, look at a few videos that we'll post during that time. Still post your homework. I'll be checking it out as well. But Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you guys had a great year. Great job to everybody that led our attendance. You guys did an amazing job this year. All right, and let's just try to beat all those numbers next year as well. All right, talking about our travel things. Tomorrow at the party. Not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Also, I gathered all the merchandise and I'm bringing it all for Wednesday's party, and you guys will be able to play too. So wear your shoes, bring your basketballs. All right, we got our tournament on Sunday. I will. I'm pretty sure I got some 2nd and 3rd grade teams. Then we also have some 7th grade teams. So that might be the deal. 1st and 3rd graders and the 4th through 7th on 2 different teams. All right, those are the teams that we got, and I think I'm trying to get 4 teams total, us and 3 more teams for the 2nd and 3rd graders. I've never had a tournament that big for just that grade. It won't be any 4th graders allowed even, okay? So that would be a fun thing. Hopefully we can get it done this Sunday. All right, the location, we're still working on that, but it's probably going to be at Alameda maybe. We're going to see what kind of locations that I can find. And then for the party, I got all my stuff. Make sure that you're there. Show up on time. Get ready to party. All right, and then my adult league. I'm looking to start an adult league. I'm going to give the semi-pros a chance, but I'm looking to get any adults in any league just so I can run a good adult league, and they'll have practices and workouts right after us. And it's optional for them, but that might give a space for our high schoolers to to kind of blend with them as well. But I'm looking to do that, make it like $50 a month, and I'm going to see if I can make that happen in all 4 locations. So just telling you guys that news, and we're done. So let's go fast because I kind of talked too long, so heads up for a blur. We got the quote of the day. Quote of the day is get stronger. All right, get stronger not just in your physical ability, but get stronger in your basketball skill, get stronger with your mental ability, get stronger emotionally, get stronger, period, every single day. And it's a get. That's an action verb, I believe, all right? So it's get. You continuously get stronger. That's the quote of the day. The workouts that we're going to do, if we have workouts tonight, but make sure you guys are doing them in the future. It's scare shots, tiered free throws, inverted Euro steps, around the cone spot shots, pick and roll, gives to drive, 180 tangent for shots. In the past, post those videos. In the past, we just did judgment shots, 7-minute shooting. Has anyone been doing 7-minute shooting? Anyone been trying? Let me know in the comment section. Cops and robbers, pump fake to escape dribble, battle ropes, and backward alley-oop. And then for today, the stuff that you should be doing is twist passes, no look passes, 1-on-1, defense only, closeouts to slides, mid-post series, post progression. If you want to see a few of those, you can. All right. Twist passes, bounce, rip through hard, and then pass the ball. Make sure that you can back up continuously until you get to the point where you can't throw it. You want to be able to pass with the left hand and the right hand. And again, you can do this with either hand, but you also do it looking at a certain direction and then passing to the side as well. For the next one, we got 1-on-1 defense only. This one, you should be a hot dog on defense. You have to score to become on defense. You have to score to get on defense. See how he went to the offense right there? Nah, he's still on defense. Defense shouldn't be a punishment. Defense should be like, dude, I earned the right to play defense. And then you want to keep them on defense, and then you score 10 defensive stops to win. So now this guy's going to try to stop the ball. There we go. He stops one. There we go. Now he gets a point. Next guy, he stops it again. Maybe he'll stop him. Yes, stops twice. Again, you should take pride on defense. That's why I would do this. Next one. Last one. Close out the slides. Shoot the ball either that way or that way. You can do it behind your back if you hold the ball like that. But sprint out, close out fast, and then take the correct step to the strong side to whichever way that he points the ball. So make sure that you guys do those workouts so we can all get better. And since it's like our second to last day, I got to go over all the movies. All the movies. All right. So we talked about a few of the movies for this month, where it was first graders. You guys had Space Jam, second grade, When the Game Stands Tall, third grade, Soul Surfer, fourth grade, When We Were Kings, fifth grade, Uncle Drew, sixth grade, the World's Fastest Indian. But for the rest of them, we got seventh grade, Warrior, 2011 movie. Pretty good movie. I thought it was fun. It's like, were they UFC fighting? I kind of forget, but I remember thinking it's a fun movie. If you watch this movie, again, put it in the homework section. Seventh grade movie is Warrior from 2011. I'll give it 39 stars. Maybe 40 stars. It was like 39, 40. All right. Eighth grade movie, Wildcats. It's a 80s movie with Goldie Hawn as the coach. She's a female coach in the 80s, and like it's your typical comedy, but it's a pretty good movie. I thought it was cool. That one's definitely 39 stars. Ninth grade movie, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Very good movie. Very, very funny. I'm going to give this thing 50 stars. All right, that's a 50-star movie, dude. That movie's freaking amazing. It's hilarious. All right, Talladega Nights. If you're a ninth grader, please watch this movie. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. It's a car racer guy. I can't describe it. It's just hilarious. Watch this movie. If it's not your kind of humor, you ain't that funny. All right, anyways, 10th grade. The movie's called Win-Win. I don't know what that's about. You can look it up. It's called Win-Win. I really have no clue. I can't even give it stars. I don't know. I don't know. Is it like a racing movie? I think it's like a running movie. I have no idea. 12th grade movie, I'm skipping the 11th grade one, is The Wrestler. It's an awesome drama movie with Mickey Rourke in it. So The Wrestler, oh man, 44 stars. It's a great movie though. Any 12th graders out there, it's a gritty movie about an actual like wrestler, like not like the wrestling guys that are like hugging each other, but like the WWE wrestlers. But this guy's like on the bottom of it, so he like comes back, and it's Mickey Rourke's like true comeback in real life as an actor from getting a botched like face surgery. Oh my God, this movie is like so good. It's so gritty. But the movie that I did want to talk about for today is the 11th grade movie, which is White Men Can't Jump. Hopefully that's not true for you. If you're a white man out there, I hope that you can fly like an eagle. But in terms of the stereotype, white men can't jump. And that's the movie. It was a 90s movie. It might be one of the best sports movies of all time. So I'm going to give it 50 out of 50 stars. All right. But yeah, man, these two guys did an amazing, amazing job. Woody Harrelson from Cheers and Blade from Blade. I don't know what his real name is. I forgot. It doesn't matter. I'm talking fast. But yes, this movie was very, very fun. The basketball was actually decent in this movie. Like, there's so many movies that screw up the basketball end of things. This movie was cool for the basketball end of things. Plus, it's a great story. Like, drama-wise, it was everything. I would, even though it's an 11th grade movie, I say anyone over the 7th grade can watch this thing. If not younger, if your parents are kind of like lenient with movies, anyone can watch this movie. All right, Billy Hoyle, right there, the white dude. All right, he's into gambling, all his money away all the time. But so is the other guy, and they like hustle people, and they're on the streets. And yeah, it's a fun movie. Okay, so watch White Men Can't Jump. I don't care how old you are, 2 years old, you can watch it. All right. Yeah, I'm giving you permission. All you guys can watch is sneaking behind your parents. I'm just joking. All right, let's check out the homework. Anyone posted the homework? Posting homework. Anyone. Got Kieran and Declan with the bid shots. Nice job. Anyone still doing the homework for the month of December, which is free throws? Is anyone doing that one? Got Weston with some made jump shot. Weston with his free throws. 10 minutes of free throws. Nice job. Mello, dribbling practice. Okay, I see you, Mello. With the free throw shots right there. Good job. I want to know your percentages for the free throws. All right, that's part of it, to see if you are actually a good free throw shooter. Has anyone been doing that? And what percentage have you been so far on an average? If you guys been 50%, 70%, 90%, now you get to see how crazy it is that Steph Curry is 90% free throw shooter. Or when you say Shaq is such a bad free throw shooter, and you're like, wait a minute, what was Shaq's free throw percentage? Let me see. Shaq free throw percentage is, for his career, he was 52.7%. All right. Anyone better than Shaq at free throws? 84%, Kieran? Or is that Declan? Oh, man. So Shaq was 52.7%. Is anyone above 52.7%? I got Kieran at 84. Nice job. How many of you been shooting every day? 10? 25? 50? Let me know. Great job. I think actually the fewer that you shoot, the harder it is, because it kind of puts more pressure on it and you don't get like a warm-up, like a running start to it. Yeah. Anyways, let's check out the story of the day.
Win if you can. Lose if you must. But never quit.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but never quit. I had a coach one time in college at Colorado State, Coach Peterson. He used to tell this story about this dude who never gave up. Oh my, it's like the best story you'll ever hear. You guys can watch movies. You guys can hear people speak. I don't care. You listen to hype speeches from everyone in the history of the planet, like George Washington. It doesn't matter. This guy talking was a motivational force, and especially the never give up story. Maybe I'll tell it to you guys one day, but today's not the day. But yes, win if you can. You can't always win. All right? You shoot 50 a day, nice job, Kieran. You can't always win. All right, so win if you can. You should definitely try to win. Lose if you must. I mean, if you have to lose. It happens. But you never give up. All right? It was always, and it still is, it's an honor. It's a moment of pride when you're down by so many points in a game, like, and it's impossible to like win, and you still try. Like, I just like doing that. Even in like video games, like I play like spades, like a card game on my phone, and you have like a partner, and if we're like losing by a lot, my partner usually quits. I love sticking around. I don't care if we're down by like 500 points. And it's impossible to win. I stick around because one time out of 100, I'll come back. And when I come back, I love it when people, I don't know if they're noticing it, but I notice it. It's like, dude, he stuck around and he kept going. I find so much pride in that, some personal pride. But then I also noticed that sometimes when people are beating me and they're about to win, maybe my partner might even quit. I'll stick around. I'll keep playing. When I catch them and I start beating them just as much as they were beating me, they quit, and I'm like, how much of a loser do you have to be to see me in your exact position? The game has no timer. And then when we switch places and it's the same exact thing, I didn't quit and you quit. What does that say about you? Maybe it says that they have a job and that they can't just stay on their video game all day. But still, I love the chance that I have to show that I have like a heart that is like stronger than everyone else's. So yeah, if you have to lose, just lose. But you lose tough and you never quit. All right? I think that's how life should be. Anyways, let's move on to the cool trivia question. There you go. All right. Since we have just today and tomorrow, whoever's winning by tomorrow wins the entire thing. It's still 1-1. And I did step it up for trivia questions. And crazy, the time I step it up, I've really been searching for some hard trivia questions. No one's answered them this whole time. So we'll see if you guys can get today's trivia question, which is also going to be pretty difficult, but I mean, not as hard as the other ones past days, but no one's gotten my trivia questions all month long. I've been killing it. All right, today's trivia question is this. When Chris Paul was in college, the final game of the season, he punched someone in the balls. Who was that player that he punched? Who did Chris Paul punch in the balls? What? This happened? Final game of his college season? Final game of his sophomore year. The final game of his sophomore year we're talking about. Who did Chris Paul punch in the balls? What? Wow. That's really fast. Yo, okay, you got it really fast. I gotta commend you. Wait, and you just put his last name, so did you know that? Oh, you guys looked it up. What did you guys type in? Balls? Ball hit? But yes, Kieran got it first. Great job to Kieran. That's 2 points for you. We'll see if someone can tie you tomorrow. But yes, in the final game of the year, Paul punched North Carolina State guard Julius Hodge in the groin balls, and received a 1-game suspension from the ACC tournament, an incident that marred Paul's image for a short time until he got picked up to endorse auto insurance, or what else kind of insurance, whatever he does. Anyways, oh, that's amazing. Dad knew it? He knew that. How did he know that? Who knows that answer? Dude. That's pretty good. I gotta give it to you. Anyways, last thing that we talking about. Oh, the in-season tournament. My Lakers won, and I knew what was gonna happen. Everyone's gonna say this doesn't count. And I tell someone, if the Lakers win the championship this year, people would still hate on them. And I just made up. I was just joking around. Like, people would be like, the Lakers only win during leap years, or the LeBron only wins during leap years. And I was like, wait, is that true? So I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait, he won in 2020. I think he won in 2016. I looked it up. Bron has won every leap year, except for 2013. You got to add one. So does it matter that they won? I don't think that people are going to consider this a success unless their team had won, or unless the top 2 teams made it. But what this did say is, what I think it says is, it's like March Madness, where yes, they did that whole like round robin thing, but when anyone can win, anyone wins. It's not like the best team wins anymore. It's like anyone can win. And I think for the majority, I think that people should be hyping this in-season tournament up, not just because my team won, but because the 7-game series that is the playoffs only is geared toward a few teams, and people are always like, there's not enough parity in the NBA. And it's like, okay, but people are like, I like college basketball better. Here you go. This is the best of both worlds. Now, maybe the in-season tournament can be for small market teams. Maybe they can do that. Maybe that's where they can like recruit some like talent, or someone like Tyrese Halliburton can be seen on a national stage. Because he didn't even get like freaking like national televised games before then. So I don't think that this is bad. I think it's a great thing, actually. And I don't think my Lakers are going to win it all, but I mean, at least it riles up the base. And I don't know, it was a fun thing to watch. I think it's good for the upcoming things. And if the people don't take it seriously, you know what people are going to say. Michael Jordan would have taken it seriously. He would have loved every moment until they saw LeBron win. Then they're like, Michael Jordan wouldn't even play in the in-season tournament. It's just really funny that people do that. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget that the quote of the day is... get stronger. I will see you guys. Tomorrow's our last day. Make sure you guys watch the show. Maybe I'll have some cool little Easter eggs. You never know. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace out, y'all.